afternoon, everybody. This is Real Life Live, and we heard the news too today about the passing of Whitey Herzog. Okay, great man, great manager, and that's what you see on the board. We're going to talk about Whitey here. We saw him manage a lot of games. We saw the team play in a lot of games while we've been here. While he was here, 10 years. He managed from 1980 to 1990. He died, today. Yesterday or so, 92 years old. So all my thoughts to his family. He's my favorite manager here. So as you can see, we're going to talk about him, and uh, he started off managing the Kansas City Royals. Okay, as you can see, the first half. He was there 5 years, So, and he managed great. He had a couple of teams that won 100 games or so, but he always ran into the Yankees. Okay, so the Yanks, they, with Reggie and all those, that bunch, so and Sparky Lyle and all that. So he couldn't beat them, and he always ran into a wall in Kansas City. So in 1980, he comes to St. Louis. Now St. Louis had gone stale as far as the baseball is concerned. Didn't win nothing in the 70s. I was here. Okay, so we needed a change, and the owner, a great owner, Gussie Bush. He was an action guy though. So he was tired of all that losing. He said, "Hey, we got to do something." So Whitey came in here, 1980. He had a little game with him too now. Because he was kind of, had a little slick. But he was awesome. He was my favorite. Like I'm saying. So he told the owner Gussie, "Hey, I can do it for you." And Gussie said, "Hey, we ain't been doing anything up until now, the last 10 years, so I'll give him a shot." Turned out great. Whitey came in there though, he was making a lot of changes, traded Simmons, and one day he traded and had the best two Hall of Fame closers in one day. It was Bruce Sutter and Riley Fingers. He had them both. He had to trade one of them, so it was a hell of a day. So and so he had a lot of fanfare when he got here. And one thing about Whitey that we don't see in St. Louis right now, talent evaluation. He knew a great ball player when he saw one. And a big example of that was Willie McGee. Uh, he traded for him, and the Yankees, that's who McGee came from. But the Yankees tried to hide him, and Whitey kind of he went to one of their camps, heard and saw Willie, and they tried to divert him to somebody else, and he had his eye on Willie and got him. Okay, so when he saw a great player, Mike Whitey Herzog knew what he was looking at. Okay, so and that one, when you look at Coleman, Vince Coleman, Andy Van Slyke, he traded for John Tudor and Joaquin Andor, so when it came to trades, that was one GM here that knew what he was doing. Okay, now uh, as far as his production, as far as the manager, it was super. Okay, now he won. We won three pennants in 10 years. Okay, I'd say we could have won 3 world championships. The problem was, well, 1982, we did win it. Okay, we beat Milwaukee, and in 7 games, and we were it was speed. Okay, we were the fastest team in the major leagues, and we had a lot of things that you could see about that team. They ran everybody out of the league. Okay, and so in 1982 we won the World Series. Hey, things are looking great. Uh, but we had competition in this division with the Mets, and they were the other team then. It was Pittsburgh, and but that was in the '70s. All right, so we let's move on to 1985. Now, we had won the division, and we were playing for the world, for the pin and all that, and beat the Dodgers. But here's the thing: before that, uh, the start of that, the playoffs, a great player got hurt, Vince Coleman. That was the guy that I was just talking about. Now Whitey saw him, he and said this guy runs like the wind, and we got to get him up here. So he came up in 1985. And set the league on fire. Stole a whole bunch of bases as soon as he got here. So that was the catalyst in 1985, and everybody was, kind of saying, "Hey, well, we're gonna win another one." This guy, you think we had speed in '82 with Coleman, McGee, and all of them, and we were running everybody out of the league, but then he gets hurt. All right, so there you go. In 1985, we played. Guess what? You're looking at the board. Herzog plays Kansas City. Okay, so it's personal and a whole lot of things. And of course, we got to talk about Game 6. Everybody talks about that with Don Tinkinger. Okay, now I always said that on that we still had a Game 7, but everybody was thinking, hey, it, everybody was down and out. It's over. We're gonna lose. I don't know. To this day, that was the one decision with Whitey when he was saying like, well, boy, we that call it's gonna blow the series for. Well, it was a horrible call. We all know that, but you still had a Game 7. So, but we lost that series to me because Coleman got hurt. We were set up to win with that formula, and that got blown up. I'm sorry, when Coleman got hurt. So all right, so 85, Kansas City wins the World Series. I had a lot of money on St. Louis, by the way, and so. But all right, well, now we the Mets had won. Now I think it was 85 or 6. They were but in 1987 we got up there again. Cardinals won the division, you know, but we had some problems. Okay, by the way, Jack Clark uh, and Terry Pendleton, both of our great players in '87. Clark Clark had 100 plus RBIs. So did Terry Pendleton. They both got hurt. Okay, they both were out. Couldn't play in the World Series. Okay, so Whitey did what he could. Went 7 games, but it just wasn't gonna happen. You gotta have the best players in your lineup when you're trying to win a title. I mean, that's 100, 200 RBIs plus that you lost. 1987. Okay, so we lose to Minnesota, and and up there, Game 7. You know, that tells you how great a manager he was. So he had nothing in 85. 85, he lost his most dynamic player with Vince Coleman. 87, you lose the core of your lineup, Clark and Pendleton, in the playoffs. 100 RBIs apiece. They're gone. Okay, so he did everything he could with what he had, and that what made him really the best manager I saw here. Yeah. Now I know we had La Russa, Shane Dees, and all. We had great managers, you know, but he was my favorite. So I wanted to pay my respects to Whitey, and that was the number he wore here. And so we will, things could have ended better though with Whitey as far as the city and a lot of things that went down, in the end of in 1979. So, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on another show. But this is a tribute to Whitey Herzog, and that's what we want to talk about. So great man, great manager, and Hall of Famer, and he lived to be 92 years old. Whitey, so you were here for a while and had a great life, and hey, rest easy, my man. Rest easy, Whitey, and we'll be back on Real Life Live.